everybody. Welcome back to TalkSpicyHER. It's the lit one, Ritz, and I'm ready to talk my shit. So today, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. We have.
I'm Pretty Red, aka Tiffany. I'm here to tell my story today, so let's do it.
I'm excited. So I we just became acquainted for this purpose only. Not only, but that's how we ended up meeting. But so I seen the news article that you reposted. Like we had a little short conversation. You told me a little bit about yourself, and I was like, you have a great story to share, and I'm nosy. So I'm like, let me see what she
Okay,
about to
talk
tell
spicy
me.
tour.
Yeah. So like, where are you from?
I'm from Leland, but originally I'm from New York, but I've been out here so long, so I'm from Leland.
Okay.
But I was 17 when I caught my charge.
Mhm.
I moved to town when my mom came back in my life, so that's about.
Okay, so we'll start from the beginning before we even get there. So, can I? Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read a little clip from the news article so you can see like what it was. Cause like that's not. It's not cool, but it's interesting. Like not everybody could be like, this is how shit went down or what I. I don't know how to explain it, but I just thought that was. I need to know more. Okay, so the news article said, where's it at? Okay, it said I'm just gonna start from the first little blurb, and it was like, woman wanted for allegedly robbing people attending a party in Wrightsville Beach earlier this month turned herself into police. And it says you were 17 years old, and it kind of talks a little bit about it. It says your bond initially was like 250,000,
Yeah.
and was taken to New Hanover County Jail. Okay, so when I see a story like that, I have to know like how we got to start from square one to like work our way up there because you don't just. So how did you grow up? What did like your childhood look like?
I grew up single father. I mean, my mom was off and on in my life, but she was on drugs. Um, my dad raised me. I got two older brothers, so like he raised me basically like a dude.
Mm-hmm.
So like my brother, like one of them banged, he was blood, and the
Mm-hmm.
other one, he tried to be. But anyways, and so
uh,
I grew up living like, I'm a girly girl, but at the same time, like I knew the lifestyle as a nigga.
you got to see the other side of things and
Right.
how they.
And when my mom finally like just passed us off onto my dad because she got out there real bad,
Mm-hmm.
um, I just felt like I had to take things in my own hand. Like I started being a mother. Like I grew up having to wash the dishes, take care of my brothers, and da 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 da. So
Are you the oldest?
no,
Okay.
I'm the baby.
Yeah. But
I'm the
being a
baby.
girl in general, I feel like they're gonna put more responsibility on you just
They do.
for sexist reasons
But
and
guess
purposes.
what? Like the girls, we be the goats.
For sure. We can do
Like
everything.
to this day, like I'm the one they call on
Mm-hmm.
for everything. Like even now, my dad still call on me. Like even for opinion or anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I grew up with no mother, obviously. So I started just wilding out. Like I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I started fucking with niggas. Excuse me.
No, girl. Talk.
But
We don't talk. Spicy.
like like
Talk
I
your
started
shit.
fucking with different people and
Yeah.
like I started hitting licks. I
Mm-hmm.
started doing B&Es. Like I started living in survival mode and
Wait. So what role did your mom play in your life? You said she dropped you off or whatever to your dad when you were 11.
yeah, like before that she was like on drugs, like but we knew where to find her, like off and on in trailer parks,
Mm-hmm.
old ran down hotels. I remember looking for her several times, you know.
All right. So we were on your mom, and you were saying.
I knew where to find her, run down trailer parks or like old motel rooms, and as a kid I understood, but I didn't understand, like, being told she's not here, but hearing her in the background, like, say, I'm not here because she's so cracked out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she got to the point where she was so bad off, like, she passed this on to my dad, but I knew deep down inside, like, it was a monkey on her back, you
Yeah.
know. But it took me to be older to realize that. So I just started wilding out, and she came back in my life 2010.
And you were how old?
I had just turned 16, my
Okay.
sweet 16.
So you say you started to wild out. At what age do you feel like you can recognize that now? And what were like certain behaviors that you were having or doing? Like, did you have to
Um,
sneak out? Was you angry? Was you doing bad in school? Like
oh
what
yeah.
was going on?
School, I remember getting sent to an alternative school because I beat a girl. I waited all weekend till we went to school and jumped on her, and they kicked me out, expelled me. I'm Before that I was getting call homes every day from school.
Mm-hmm.
And I got expelled, got sent to there where you had to be monitored every day, go through a metal detector, all kinds of stuff like that. And after that, it reflected to there. It had like a ISS. I remember he's my friend on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook to this day. His name Captain White. Um, he was the ISS teacher. Like for normal schools, it was ISS, but for
Mm-hmm.
us, it was like boot camp because you get sent to him.
Mm.
Like it was bad. I remember having to do like squats and push-ups with 50-pound
Ooh.
weights and
Like
stuff.
military type training, like punishments and okay.
I tell him to this day, like I remember getting on your good side to the point where I was cleaning lockers. You call me a teacher pet or whatever, but you
Yeah.
had grown
What else you need?
teenagers throwing up and
Yeah.
everything just so they wouldn't go to him. Like it was terrible.
Mm.
And I just knew, like, I didn't think prison at that time, but I
Right.
just,
And you were how old? You said high school. How
yeah, I
old were you?
was like 11th grade to
Okay.
my senior year,
So it's 15,
or
16.
10th grade.
Okay.
10th grade to 11th grade.
Did you have anybody? I know you said you ended up getting on his good side, but did you have anybody in your life that was like a good role model who you kind of looked up to at the time?
Yeah, my dad. He
Mm-hmm.
was my hero. Like, I watched him struggle, taking care of all of us kids, making ends meet, give anybody a shirt off his back. Um, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't had no mother figure. I ain't had no woman figure. He ain't even bring females in my life. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't that type. So like this generation now, woo. Cause I
I'd
don't
have been three, four,
understand.
five,
Cause
six.
I don't
Goddamn,
understand.
daddy.
Like, cause my dad, he ain't play
Yeah.
that. He ain't even
Yeah.
introducing nobody. When he
That's.
do, it was I'm the woman of the house. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this my daughter. This my queen. Like, definitely not what's going today. So.
Yeah.
But that's it, and like I guess I looked up to him so much that I like kind of mimicked him because you know.
Do you? So when you started, I guess getting in trouble and rebelling, what what was your dad doing? Like, was he just working? Like, so he couldn't really control you? Like, what
I
do you
mean,
feel like?
he was doing what any other father would, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, like he didn't know really how to raise a female.
Right.
Like a little girl, he kind of raised us all together, which kind of put me in the category as my brothers. Like
Mm-hmm.
I kind of had a mindset as a nigga. Like I had
Yeah.
that mentality, wanting to be, hard or just that was who I am. Like
Right.
growing up, I ain't play with Barbie dolls. I played in the woods shooting birds down. You know, like
Mm-hmm. That's some fun
shit
shit
was
for real. Like, it was being honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun,
Yeah.
but that shit eventually turns into real shit.
That's what I was gonna say. So, at what point do you like? Can you remember where you were like, okay, like this ain't it. I'm trying to.
No, I ain't remember that until I was incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
And when my back was behind that wall, and I was like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
this is real.
Was is that the first crime like you
Yeah.
committed? That was your
First
first time
ever.
going to jail?
First time ever. Like, I didn't even know how to react. Like,
You thought shit was a game.
I thought I was
Okay.
good. I thought I was good.
You thought this shit was sweet.
I turned myself in like, man, they about to give me a slap on the wrist. I'm
What?
17. I'm about to graduate. I'm about to just get this probation, house arrest. And that's what it is
Did
gonna
somebody
be.
plant that seed in your head, or you just thought that from like
No,
seeing
I
how
just
other
thought that
motherfuckers-
from being in trouble in school and stuff. You always got your parents to save you,
Yeah.
get you out of trouble. Like, oh, your parents about to come to schoolhouse.
Listen,
Okay, my
kid,
dad gonna
listen,
be
you
mad,
know.
but he'll get over it.
Yeah.
But when you lock behind, I don't got no glass.
You don't know? I'll tell you
Sure.
about it.
But when you hold on.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to a point where you behind that wall and daddy can't save you no more, oh, it's real. Like, it's like indescribable. That feeling where, you know, you can't rely on nobody. It's like you versus you. Like, what you gonna do?
Okay, so obviously you served your time, so you were found guilty of whatever the case. Are you comfortable with talking about it? Like,
Yeah,
the night it
absolutely.
happened, who you were with? I mean, not saying
Absolutely.
names, but you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Okay, so who were you with?
Okay, so I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude I was messing with just got locked up. You know, he's sentenced away some time. So I was selling, you know, little drugs and shit. So I met this dude out on Market Street by the Prince store. I ain't gonna say no names, but they know. Like, I was selling dope. So I'm like, hey, yo, you know where somebody wants some shit at?
Dope. Is that heroin?
Well, yeah, I was selling heroin.
Okay.
Heroin
Okay.
and cocaine.
I need the clarification.
No, that's real. So
Okay.
I was selling both.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was like, I don't know, but you know, he chopped it up like he was cool, you know, like. But I knew deep down inside he kind of wanted me. Mm-hmm. But in my mind, like, I'm just a hustler. Like, I'm trying to make some plays. I'm not really thinking about that. So anyways, we got cool. Found out our birthdays the same day, so it's like extra cool.
I
like,
swear, as soon as we find out somebody got for whatever reason, we're like, I love you.
We think the same. But it was kind of like that. Like, we had the same mentality. So when the night came of, it was to the point where none of us couldn't say, like, this is wrong. But we went to Wrightsville Beach, you know, just trying to have a good night. Was there
an orchestrator? Was there somebody in the group who's like, this is what we
No, it was like spare the moment.
Okay.
I did not go there with intentions to the beach that night.
Okay, so y'all really had intentions on partying. Y'all thought y'all was about to turn up.
Partying, that's it. Well, I went with my brother and shit, so we gonna go have a good night, because him and his girl was going through shit, so I'm like, we gonna all go as just, you know. And I remember telling him to keep my pole home or whatever, because I know I'm like, I'll just think of some shit, or I'll see some shit at the moment and be like, let's hit that shit. But he was supposed to left at home, and we was there, we was partying, and he was like, let's walk to the car. Anyways, the gun was there. They never put it up.
Okay, so y'all made it into the party.
No, we didn't even get to the party yet. We at the beach. It happened on the beach at Wrightsville Beach.
Okay.
At the beach house.
Can I read that part of the story where it paints a totally different picture in the article? 100%.
Of course.
And that's what's crazy. That's why I like to hear like what actually happened, because that don't.
That's gonna happen. Like,
huh? Wait.
They always paint the picture, especially like nowadays, like, you know, skin color.
Because they're gonna try to put 2 and 2 together, and the whole time y'all getting 5. So it said.
Party go wrong or something.
Party goer turns into robber.
I mean, kind of like that's how
juicy.
It happened.
Why would they try to do that?
Because it's the mugshot. They want to hype it up. Like, that's what they're gonna do.
Crazy.
And then it's I'm black. Like, are you serious? No.
Oh, you're just saying that's why.
Of course,
for sure,
1,000%.
Because I'd have been a little white girl. Nobody.
First time in trouble. Like,
insane. She would have got, like you said,
senior year,
6 months probation.
House arrest, and I turned myself in. Come on now.
Hold on. Okay, so it said faces. I don't even. A lot of charges. That's what they say. And then it says 6 counts of robbery with a dangerous weapon, 7.
Oh yeah.
7 counts of second-degree kidnapping, said Wrightsville Beach police detective. Robbery occurred, blah, 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 blah. So it says she went to a party. This is what the article says. I'm going to give you guys a summary. It says she went to a party. They didn't let them in the party, so they left out. Did it say y'all got, like, masks? It say something like extra ass shit. It's like they leave and then they come back and they're like, yeah, nigga, get out. So when I read it, that's what I was
No, for real, because they did hype that shit up.
That shit sound good.
I mean, it's good, but I mean,
that's not how it is. Okay, now let me hear
No, I
real
can't
version.
cap. Like, thinking back, 17-year-old me, that was it. I actually went to a party. You know how it's usually inviting for well, my mom's white, so let me clarify that.
Yeah.
So for white people, it's usually inviting. Well, when we walked in, all the music cut off, and it was like, "Who are you?" And I just made up some shit like, "You don't know Josh? She invited us." I don't know. And it was like, "We not from around here. We from such and such."
Party?
Well, we were just walking on the beach, and then we see all these disco lights. And it looked like a fucking rave or something.
Listen,
so we like
party now.
So we like, well, let's go up there. And the music was like, and it was like, who are you? It was like, Josh invited us. They was like, we not from around here. We just graduated UNC Chapel Hill, somewhere like that.
College students was on
but
that
as I'm
bullshit?
looking as a teenager and young, I'm seeing all these pocketbooks, and I'm like, they not from around here. They got money. They coming to an Airbnb. Beach house. Fuck them. They done kicked us out. We gonna do something.
This my shit.
And so
oh my god.
But we left.
How long were y'all gone?
About 45 minutes.
What y'all do when y'all was gone?
To be honest, it was like we were debating. Cause like he was like, nah. He was like, this don't seem right. And I swear to God, that night he was like God on one shoulder and the devil on the other the other shoulder. And I remember it was like, don't do this. God was like, don't do this to them. People don't mess with them. And the devil's like, man, they not from around here. They got it. Like, and as me being young, I'm like, I got a gun now and no money. Like,
the money?
Like you thinking that's cool because you got your parents to save you and stuff, but at the same time, like, you don't know how real that is until you behind that wall. So, we went in there. I remember that night. It was like,
how'd you get back in?
We walked back in. Like I acted like I lost my credit card or something. I was like, and I kind of acted like I had an attitude, like, you seen this? And they was all like, no, I'm looking. They acting like they looking. And at that time, he upped the pole, and like I just did all the work, like get the fuck down. I remember tossing people down to the ground.
He had the.
It was my pole.
You didn't have anything. You was just.
I was directing. But like
okay, big mama.
No,
I'm playing.
Like I might could joke and make a little kiki kai, but that shit crazy. Wasn't even funny, like, cause that shit was real. I remember the look on the victims' faces, like they thought their life was over, and in one wrong move, it could have been like all them was drunk. It could have been somebody that came out the room because it was like 7, 8 people in the house.
Yeah, they could have.
And he pulled a gun out on them, but somebody walked behind them, and they could have had that courage, like you said, and hit him with the bottle. Now I'm stuck. Or what if he would have felt like he had a point to prove and pulled the trigger?
So
like when he cocked it, I know he put one in the head because of my shit. So like running out the house, I remember like it was like. I felt like I had to throw up. I was hyperventilating, like throwing, like just dry heaving.
Wow.
Running through like different beach houses, not knowing I'm setting off alarms. So now I done called the police out there. You feel me? So now I'm cutting through the shit, and we done disappeared. He went one way, I went the other, and I got off the beach before they lifted the bridge. I'm on Wrightsville Beach. You feel me?
Is that why they lifted the bridge? Oh my goodness.
That night they had the helicopters out there, the dogs, and they lifted the bridge. But like if I was 3 minutes late, I would have been stuck on the other side. But he did. But he walked like 8 blocks down to where he could find whatever. But I paid somebody to come get me off the beach and shit. But anyways.
We gotta talk about. No, bitch, you can't skip over that very interesting fucking fact. You paid somebody to what?
I had to get the fuck up off of there. I got off of the beach. I paid him to get me off of the beach, and like I had all.
Oh, you got off the beach. How did you get off the beach?
Well, I paid somebody, like, he was like my homeboy. I paid him like $100 to come get me. He got there in like 20 minutes. I got off the beach.
20 minutes is a long time.
Maybe it was not that long, but it was long.
It felt long, ain't it?
Hey, I swear to God, but it was quick enough before they lifted the bridge. It's like they had the helicopters, the dogs.
So you made it across the bridge.
I made it.
Period. I don't know.
But no, that wasn't period. That was in the end of the story.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Because that was just the beginning.
Okay.
Like,
you made it across the bridge, and then what?
And I had to go back across the bridge because I left all the stuff in a big duffel bag.
Come on.
All the wallets, but I got all that. But so I got off the bridge, and then like the next day, I remember my mama called me like, "What did you do?" Crying like, the detectives calling me saying you're wanted for home invasion. Da da da. Long story short, my brother got pulled over that night because I went to the beach with him. His girlfriend told.
That's who came and got you.
No, that's who we went with.
No, that's who came and got your brother. That's what I meant to say.
No, actually, before I hit my lick, the lake, I told him what I was about to do, and I was like, bro, I'm about to make the beach high, like, get off. So they went to get off the beach and stuff like that, because we didn't go to do that. Like, he didn't know. And when I got off the beach, before they could get off the beach, they got pulled over because they were driving too slow. Instead of saying they were looking for, like, their dog or anything, the detective pulled them over, and they was like, I'm looking for my little sister and her boyfriend. Meanwhile, it was just a fucking girl and a dude in a robbery. So,
jeez.
She ended up giving them my name.
And that wasn't intentional, right? That was innocent.
No, yeah, that was innocent. Like, I forgave her over the years. Like, she's passed away, God rest her soul. I love her to death. Even to this day, because I understood, like, she didn't understand, but, like, she was protecting her kids. She was scared. But, she's, deceased. But anyways, so my brother ended up saying, well, she said she looking for her sister-in-law and the boy, and they was in they're going to a party. Well, that y'all just put it together. So my mom called me, was like, oh, what did you do? Like, just turn yourself in. They saying they want you. So I'm young. I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn myself in. He coerced me into a story to tell them to turn myself in.
Who did?
My co-defendant.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn myself in. Well, I turned myself in. And instead of thinking I'm getting house arrest or whatever like that, they were like, you need to prepare yourself for 5 years or more. And like a $250,000 bond and all that, I was like, it's no way. My dad, you know, when you young going in, you hear all these high bonds. You like, oh, with a bail bondsman, it'll be low. But reality is, when they said 250,000, that's 25 grand. A single father, like, he couldn't pull that. Even with land and shit, stuff, like, he like, you know, like, you gonna have to put your big girl jaws on. You know, I can't put all of this up. Yeah. Like, I don't have it to put up. So, like, that was a scary feeling growing up, from having him protect me from everything to him not be able to get me out of nothing. Yeah. And that's where it boiled down to. I turned myself in.
How long did they have to interrogate you for a long time? Like, or was it? Because I know you said,
I mean, they interrogate me. Of course, they try to turn around different ways or whatever like that. But
you went in there with a story to tell them.
Yeah, I mean, they had me. That was me. Like, that was my conviction. That's what it was. Like,
how did they know it was you?
Because when I told you, when they pulled me over, pulled
your brother or
girlfriend and him over, they pulled her out the car. She told it. She told them my name, my date of birth, my mama's name, and gave her the phone number. So when they called my mom, like, you know, it just went downfall. So I turned myself in thinking I was good, and that was just the beginning.
One question. If there was, outside of not doing it, which is the obvious answer, if there's one thing you wish you did differently, like, you be like, I could have got away if I ain't, what would be your answer?
Honestly, I'm thankful for everything I've been through. Like, the way I was going, I was like young, wild. I wouldn't made it to this age to have my daughter or nothing, or the family I have, because I'm telling you, like, people not playing about their stuff no more. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
work hard for my stuff,
For
honestly.
sure.
And if you come in my crib thinking you taking anything, like, I'm going to die
It's
about it.
done
Like,
for you.
yeah. So, like, I'm thankful God allowed me to go through what I went through to be able to tell my story to maybe save somebody.
So you feel like there was a reason that it happened
Of
like that? Like
course. Yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. From my mom coming back in my life to me having to go do all that time, almost a decade. Um,
What
that's
were your
real.
actual charges that you got sentenced for?
My actual charges was I played down to 3 armed robberies, kidnappings, but it was originally 7 armed robberies, 7 kidnappings.
Okay.
When you take your plea deal, of course, it drops down.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still stuck with like 7 felonies.
And you got sentenced to how many
It
years?
was like 89 to 125 months. I went in at a young age. I was
17.
Well, they actually waited until I was 18 to try me as an adult, charge me as an adult. So I got sentenced to 89 to 125 months. So that was
And you did how many?
almost a decade, like 9.
No, I'm saying how many months, if that's, the correlation. Because what's 89 months? Sorry,
89
I'm
is
slow.
starting off like 7.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But as I went in, I was so angry and bitter, and like I made a name for myself because growing up, you like hearing about prison, you got to go in hard. I was grew up with my dad and shit. He like, I don't know if he prepared me for this, but he gave me the mentality to be able to adapt to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went in like, ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna pick the hardest. I got to be hard. Like, ain't nobody gonna do none of that. I'm young. These people rapists, murders, child molesters. I was, when they say sleeping with one eye open, that was real. Like, I actually lived with that. And I remember being thrown in that dorm. They ain't have a section for juveniles or kids no
Mm-hmm.
more. In
You
county,
an
there was,
adult now.
yeah, in county, it
Mm-hmm.
was like, I was in the yellow room, that was juvenile. In
Mm-hmm.
Wilmington and county jail, that's juvenile. You ain't have nobody but juveniles in there. So when I got in there, it was like, whoa, like this lady did what? Cooked her baby and fed her to the husband. This lady did
Cooked her
what?
baby and fed her to the husband.
Yeah, like it was real. Lady cooked her baby, fed her to her husband, chopped her up, cooked her like dinner. The man came home from work, ate her, was like, "Where's such such?" And the bitch was like, "You eating her?" The man ended up went to a mental institution. She old now in prison, but she walk around talking to herself. But like that's the kind of environment you grew up in. Like it was
That's
no section
crazy.
for me to like be with other my age group.
Mm-hmm.
I got thrown in there with big dogs. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was straight murderers, nasty shit. Like
Yeah.
that shit real.
Is it when you meet somebody or like come acquainted with them, are you able to associate their crime with who they are? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do you like, oh, that meant like I can see that
No,
bitch doing that shit.
nah. Most of them in there, like they had either drugs to influence them on the outside or weapons. In there, they either somebody's girlfriend, somebody's
Mm-hmm.
chum. Like they're not even like that. Back in the day, they used to molest people at curling iron and stuff. They don't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like they become celebrities. The worse of the crime, the better the girlfriend you got. Like the most you get and take care of. That's
You
sad.
were telling me earlier about Amanda.
No, Antoinette
Antoinette something, and
Davis or something
she
like that.
sold her daughter to
To somebody she owed crack to.
and let
Um,
him rape her, like just off of or
yep.
rape whatever.
Took
I
her
don't know how you say it.
into. They
But
got him on camera, taking him over the shoulder into the hotel room and like doing it
and
to her
people
death.
were treating her like celebrity,
Hmm.
like a celebrity in there.
Yep, she's the hardest stud in there now. Walk around like she's hard. Got a girlfriend, clicking
Mm.
40 every week. Like she's living a luxury life. Like that's sad. Y'all forget your morals. There's no way like I could lay be even
Because they make it
associating with
seem like
that.
people that do like crimes on children that they get treated real bad in jail.
No, I mean maybe back in the day, but now it's like when you
You
do
think it's
time,
the
you
social
trying.
media, like a
No,
popularity
because you
thing?
don't get social media in there. What it is like you feel like fuck. I don't know. It ain't even nothing to explain that. Like that's sick. There's no way. Like I stay far away from them people. Like you couldn't pay me to buy them a chip, a drink, a noodle, or nothing from the canteen. But they become celebrities, and half of the people that we hear about, I mean, we know that done like the lady that put her daughter in the wood chip machine.
I did see that.
I was locked up with her.
What?
And that fucking crazy.
I would feel kind of. I mean, obviously, it would traumatize you either way. What do you feel like the biggest lesson that you learned?
Well, the biggest lesson I learned is like I'm blessed. Like I ain't been through all this for no reason. I'm here to tell my story to maybe save somebody because at 17-year-old you couldn't tell me nothing, but at 31 it's like God saved me, like that's not what it's souped up to be, the street life, none of that. Like I remember just trying to be, fit in or even just make a livelihood, like that all that shit catches up to you. Like it's not worth it. Like I'm blessed. It, seeing all the trauma like from people committing suicide, the homosexuality I experienced, like it's nothing you could pay me to do to commit a crime now. Like I'm not with that no more. Like all I want is a family, maybe to reach out to other people that may be going through some things that I went through thinking it's hard, or maybe just being traumatized by your childhood. Like you can't let that affect you. Like none of the trauma I went through as a child, I can't blame that on like
anything. You can, but you can't.
Right.
You can, but you can't. You were also a child when you did
can accept that that's maybe played a role in your part, but at the same time, like I was grown up to know that like my wrongs was my wrongs, but at the same time,
you didn't know the seriousness of it at the same time. And what would you tell your 17-year-old self, like now?
Now to stay on the porch. I hopped off the porch early, girl.
What does that mean? What does that mean for 17-year-olds that want to be outside and like?
Far as wanting to like fit in, hitting B&Es, thinking like, oh, I'm untouchable. Like I want to go in somebody's house, get everything you can get, fast money, quick money. That's not the way. Like gun violence. That shit catches up to you. Like I remember doing a lot of stuff as a kid, but like thinking like, oh, that ain't, I ain't get caught for that. But when I did get caught for it, like it felt like all of it weighed down for me. Like I remember after I served my time, like just sitting in that cell, like I remember pulling my hair out. Like I was going crazy. That was real. Like nothing can make me feel like that. Like that was just a feeling of, I experienced bitterness, like abandonment. Like I went through my last 5 years with nobody. Like my dad trying to do what he can, but at the same time, like he living out here, he couldn't.
Right.
Life moves on. People think like they in gangs and shit. Like, oh, my big homie will hold me down. That shit is a dub. Cause when you get locked up, none of them niggas holding you down. I'm telling you. I remember like nights, people getting mail, everybody getting mail. I'm not getting shit. Nothing slid under my door. Yeah. Bro, I remember nights in Seg when I was licking salt off my hand, trying to survive to 6 a.m. because my stomach's so hungry. Because the last meal you eat is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, bro. That shit real. Like, I'm telling you, that shit strip you, like going to jail, prison, any of that strip you from your dignity, from like squatting and coughing in front of these people and like they seeing everything. Like, bruh, that shit strip you from everything, bruh. Like, it's nothing can make me go back to that lifestyle. Like, the lifestyle I live now, like coming home to having a beautiful 3-year-old daughter now, like, that's my life. Like, I'm happy with the country lifestyle. You couldn't pay me to be in the streets, like, doing none of that no more. Like, that shit not cool, toting a gun. Like, even somebody around me with a gun, I'm a felon now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be participating in nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people thought, like, that shit was going to hold me down, but I went to prison, and instead of that holding me down, I was like, okay, these people took 10 years from me. I got to take something back from them. So I went in there, I immediately got my GED because I was a senior when I got locked up. Like, I was just about to graduate. So I was like, nah, I'm going to use this as a college time. Like, I'm going to get something out of them. I went and got my GED, horticulture, cosmetology, small business, entrepreneurship, all through Wake Tech. Like, I got so many certificates and stuff. I was like, I'm going to use this as if I'm in college. Because if the state going to take 10 years from me, they're going to give something back to me. I'm going to leave here with something.
Absolutely.
Like,
do you feel like most women that you around, did they have the same mentality as you?
absolutely. Because a lot of them, like, I'm proud of my girls. They came home. They on Facebook doing their thing. They all got their own businesses. Like, they actually succeeding in life. And it's like, damn, like, all the black sheets got sent to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I know that came home is doing their thing. Like, ain't nobody really working for nobody. They pulling in good money. Like, we a boss. Like, I don't know about a lot of people, but I use prison as a place to learn. Like, I learned jack of all trades. I know how to do tattoos, hair, nails, makeup. It's nothing because I had to use them things to survive. Like, that's what I was getting paid off after my family left me and shit. Like, that's what I had to use to get by throughout the years. It's like learning different trades, doing tattoos and shit in there. So
I seen motherfuckers come home and they're like, bro, I was gone for 10 years, 15, whatever. They come home, niggas still doing the same shit. Like, how? Because y'all.
I don't know how. I don't know how. Like, a lot of people I know, like, if you got 5 years or more, you gonna sit your butt down when you get home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know a couple people that keep getting little bids and shit, and then
Can you unlock the door? Please, the front door. Please.
I know a lot of people unlock it. A lot of people, you know, they come home and it's because they do short bids, and at the same time they not learning to listen. It's like a playground. But like 5 years or more, you ain't coming back. But a lot of people, they like, they don't take heed of God's warning. That's really God trying to set you down. Like, and that's with me. Like, God set me down and allowed me to see, like, that's not what it is. It's like street life either lead to two things, like prison or death. That shit real. And you know, I thank God that I did my time and I allowed it to elevate me. Like, I ain't allowed to hold me down or make it a repetitive pattern. It took me one time. It might have been a long time, but it took me one time to be able to be like, yo, that's not it.
You figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you take him out? He's gonna be loud, please. Go outside. Go outside. Call him. And you told me what you would tell your 17-year-old self. You do feel like okay. Do you still keep in contact with anybody
From prison? All my girls home.
Yeah.
Like, I met the realest people when I was in there. Like, and they home now. We keep in contact on Facebook, you know, whatever. But everybody else, nah. Like, I'm home. I got my own family. I came home, met my baby daddy, had my baby 3 months after I got pregnant 3 months after I came home. She was
further waiting.
What? Bow. And bye.
Yeah.
You know, that shit. Nah.
Obviously, I mean, you raised your daughter differently than you were raised. What, like, do you feel like you probably overcompensate for because you, like, I don't want to do this because my parents did this, or, you know what I'm saying?
I, like, my daughter, I'm learning as we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got pregnant 3 months after I came home. I went through postpartum. But, like, my daughter's my best friend. Like, I might be a little hard on her. That's because I don't want her to live the lifestyle or grow up living like I had to live. But she's got the best. Like, she got a good daddy. I'm here. I do everything for her. But I just don't want, like, she's a tomboy. I don't want her, I see a lot of my traits. I don't want her to be too rough where you feel like you got to be aggressive or something to prove and, like, start doing any of that. But,
Yeah.
nah, she's gonna have the best.
That's
Let it be to me. And
So you were a child when you got locked up. You've only been out for 3 years as an adult. Like, how are you? How do you feel like how are you adjusting? Honestly, like,
mm,
how, like, really dig down deep for real. How are you adjusting to, do you feel like you have adjusted? Do you feel like you are missing
um,
something? Like, where are you at?
uh, some days I feel like I'm just here, but most high I give it to God because Lord knows He carried me through.
Mm-hmm.
And He still keep carrying me through. Like some days I just gotta pray about it because it be feeling like I'm here but I'm not here. Like I be in another world, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like I gotta be the best version of me for my baby girl. But it's Him.
So faith,
Yeah.
basically,
And
almost.
God.
Mm-hmm.
No. Forget
Well,
faith.
you
It's
know,
Him.
but faith
Big
in
dog.
God. That's why.
Yes, He's the big
Yeah.
dog. Because sometimes, like, I'm not going to say institutionalized because I can never claim that. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's like, you got to hold yourself, like, for what it is. Like, I was locked up since I was a little teenager,
Yeah.
and I ain't have no responsibilities. I had my dad to take care of everything, like, and then coming home to be adult and I'm seeing everything move as one way and I'm trying to catch up and it's a lot. And then going through postpartum, emotions change
Has to
and
be
it's a lot.
hard.
Yeah, but I've stayed strong, with faith of Him and
Mm-hmm.
just doing what I got to do. Some days I just keep going. I just go with the pattern because I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, I don't. I don't understand and whatever. But I feel like I can get it on a different scope. Like I feel like everybody deals with
Right.
things how they deal with. But I like to ask how everybody's doing, especially something like that. Like you have
Right.
to.
It's real.
That's a lot to be thrown back into reality and have to do it. Motherfuckers that have been out here since day one. I'm speaking on myself. I'm still trying to figure it out. So I can
Yeah.
only imagine how it is to, come out and have to figure it out.
Right.
So
And it's
hats
it's
off to you,
it's hard
honestly.
because a lot of people don't understand me. You
Hmm.
know, like
They won't.
they be like, "Oh, I understand," but until you walked in my shoes and actually been in the places I've been in,
Yeah. You
like
can't.
you
You
can't
won't.
relate. You
Even I
can't.
feel like it could be two separate women and y'all both going to. Her experience is going to be different than yours. It's not going to be the
Absolutely.
same
Absolutely.
at all. Anything you want to say? I feel like you should write a book because this was just like a short little podcast to like kind of cover what you've been through, your story, your journey, your growth, your
Well, I'm
experience.
here to say anything can be done because here I am almost a decade done. I'm still pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I came home, got my cosmetology license. I didn't let that define me. Um, I'm doing my thing. Like I could say, I'm actually happy in life. I just want to be an advocate to tell the young people, like, the life you live in, you think people got you and all that. It's all cool and fun until, like, you actually get jammed up. And then when you get jammed up, that shit is like, it's a dub. Your people hold on as far as you can. But when that reality is, when they say life moves on,
Mm-hmm.
that's real. And being out here now, I can understand that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I see it's reality. Like, people got their own life. I can't be mad when people can't drop letters and stuff like I wanted them to. But growing up in the system, like, I didn't understand. Like, I'm seeing crackheads coming in and out the system, but they still got support. But
Mm-hmm.
here, little on me, never been in trouble. I don't got nobody to hold me down.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a lot to learn. So like I just want to be like an influence to young people. Like y'all think that cool? That's cool. Blood gang, Crip gang, whatever like that. But none of them homies got them. When you
Mm-hmm.
go down, them niggas gonna go astray.
Mm-hmm.
They not gonna hold you down. You gonna experience every emotion in there. Like I experienced my grandfather dying, all kinds of stuff. Like that's what you gonna experience on your own. Like
Mm-hmm.
I learned myself in there. Nobody can dictate my mind or nothing now. Like I have full control of my mind, my body, and everything because I had to face that alone. I had to feel the emotions on my own, like abandonment. Like now, like coming home, family is weird to me. Like I'm just being real, like open mic, like it's weird. Y'all niggas ain't people ain't hold me down. You know what I'm saying? But when I come home, it's like all love, but like reality is foreign.
Where you at when I actually
it's foreign.
You? Yeah.
You know, and people could play like they want to, but that shit it feel weird because I don't know who y'all are now. Like y'all
You're not who I thought you were.
Right. I did all this, was hitting licks for y'all, making sure y'all was good, but y'all asses went astray. Like I don't know. So now it's easy to cut anybody off in my life. Like I don't know. Like I've been okay with being alone for so long. It's like, bye. I don't care.
Do you feel like this isn't me saying it is or is it? I'm asking. Do you feel like that's a healthy way to be, like mentally?
No.
Like,
okay. No, it's not. And maybe I need to search on me and get therapy. But at the same time, like I feel like also therapists don't know.
They don't.
Like I got people I could relate to more with reality than y'all. Like y'all just for the check. Like how generations got y'all messed up. Like now y'all just working for checks. Half of y'all be on drugs or something. Half y'all doctors be high. So I don't know what to trust. Yeah, like so it make me like kind of do what I gotta do. But I'm good in life. Like I got my own shit going because I can't work for nobody no more. Like I slaved for the state for so many years.
Was that like how long did it take for you to be like, bro, I got to do this on my own? Like nobody.
It ain't take long at all.
Yeah.
I came home after working like.
Man, listen up.
Working. Man, listen up. I'm telling you, I was working for the state for 40 cents a day for something that everybody need out here. License plates, DMV. We was making them to send to DMV. 40 cents a day, like $280 a week. Y'all was paying me. But not only that, if I didn't work for y'all was taking me to segregation. Those modern day slavery. So that's what y'all do is like y'all keep women locked up just for them to work for y'all. And like so coming out here, it was like, nah man, I can't do it. Nah, I gotta have something of my own where when I go to a job, they can't say was your background okay? Cause I know when they say that, it's like, like I'm just gonna do. Yeah, but so I just got my own, license.
Your cosmetology license. Yeah. Which we need to talk about because you do what?
Everything.
Talk about it.
Nothing is.
We about to up you now because y'all heard about what the fuck she did, but look at her, where she at? The fuck is you talking about?
Don't play on you.
Go ahead.
But
cosmetology, you do what? Right? Hair?
Everything. Hair, makeup, nails, tattoos. I don't, in school, I'm a jack of all trades. You pretty taught me that. But anyways,
and I look at you an entrepreneur. Do your own thing.
That's why
I really with nobody.
Like, the people wanted me to work for them and stuff. Like, I'm not working for y'all, clocking in on y'all time. Like, some days I might not feel up to it. And some on me, like, let me just work for myself. So I got my fine sale bills up. Like, I'm good. And see, like, I remember leaving out of there and people like, oh, you'll be back because I made a reference. When I left, I had like 99 fractions late. And, I felt
never mind. Cause
I don't never.
That's why to make this longer. Cause I'll be like, so, yeah, what?
No,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, okay. So, my little two cent. I feel like it's probably something that was already on your agenda, like pathway. You definitely should write a book. I know a lot of people. I feel man, has so many books. I don't think I got it. No, you do have it in you though, because you have a great story.
I mean, I got a story if somebody want to sit down and write it.
So listen. So I'm gonna send you my. We could. Yeah, for real. Okay, because I think you should. Yeah, definitely. And I think certain things, like for me, my podcast. This is my therapy. Like I love to have conversations with people. Like this makes me feel fulfilled. I genuinely love it. But I feel like sharing your story more in like at a different capacity, whatever. Even if you just start talking more, like it's gonna make you feel better. Yeah, in my opinion, I don't know.
I just feel like it is because
God's been waiting on me to just like get it out there. I done shared at like church youth things at the church and stuff like that. But I just feel like maybe if it could save one soul, like maybe that's what it's for. It's worth it. If even if not, but this is my story. I'm gonna tell it because I'm not ashamed of nothing. Like I did that. I carried that shit. I did that shit. Like I always, nobody could take that shit from me. But that shit didn't dictate who I am. Like I'm different. Like my family even know, like they ain't gotta worry about none of that because they know sending me in the house. Like what? I'm taking care of my daughter. I don't got time for the streets. I know when your daughter's old enough to like process everything, she gonna be like, my mama did her shit. She did her big one. I don't even know you, but like this shit like that just I don't know, it brings joy to her. I just want her to grow up in support. Please God, cause that shit's not what it's I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna let my child have that kind of lifestyle, you know. So tell people how they could find you if they have questions or want to talk or vent, like whatever. Yeah, because I'm an advocate, whatever you do. Like, if you need a mentor, anything, hit me up. I'm Pretty Red on Facebook, Pretty Red, Pretty Red Bone. Teach you different. REDDBONE on Facebook. So hit me up. Like, if you need a just vent, if you want to some fans, I got you. Like, because I'm pretty sure I've been up there that. Well, I'm in for current on. Okay, we had a good conversation. Hopefully, I'm sure you guys did take something from this conversation. And you know, go ahead, like, subscribe, share, talk spicy her on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram. You know what to do. Push that fucking button. Bye. Spicy.